I don't want to do nothing because that seems silly to me. They're getting a bit big, aren't they? Hey guys, welcome to Wild Hope Homestead. It is the weekend, which is very nice. We're definitely ready for a weekend. And it's a beautiful day today. You got it. Scarlett's doing some weeding. And this is, well, one of the nicest days we've had for a while actually. The sun is out. We've had some foggy, cloudy days. Yeah, there's a lot to do at the moment, so I'm just trying to figure out what to do first. It's definitely time to be starting seeds. I'm actually a bit late getting my seeds started because we were away on holiday. I was supposed to start my pepper seeds a few weeks ago while we were away, and that didn't happen and hasn't happened yet. I'm not sure what to do about seed sowing at the moment. It's kind of everything's up in the air. Because I don't know when we'll be moving or exactly what we're doing. I've sort of lost momentum in a lot of things since we went away and since we've been back. I've been taking it easy, trying to get back to normal and trying to rest and just get my head around everything that needs doing again, get back into the swing of things. So it's and then I guess just getting stuck in a bit of analysis paralysis, or not knowing what to do with the seeds, since I don't want to do nothing because that seems silly to me, because even if we don't end up being here, there'll be something to put in the garden that'll be good for someone else. But I also don't want to have the outside table on the deck filled up with trays and trays of little seedlings that are cluttering and that also need a lot of work potting up and maintaining. So at the moment it's looking like I'm probably not going to start peppers. It seems like a week or two doesn't sound like that big of a deal. But when it comes to things like peppers, they need a long, warm growing season, so I really have to get them started halfway, a little bit over halfway towards through winter. So I usually get them started in the last week or two of July. So being 3 weeks behind that or something by now, if we are still around, I'll just buy pepper plants, pepper seedlings. But it's also been time to start tomatoes. I start them usually right at the start of August. So we're already 10 days in, which is not too far behind, but I'm going to get some started now. I've just had a look through to just see what tomatoes I want to start. Not entirely sure how many I'm going to start, but we'll just do whatever and see what happens. So for cherry tomatoes, last year I just did Gardener's Delight and Golden Grape. Gardener's Delight's a medium, or sort of like a larger red cherry. Golden Grape's a more grape-shaped golden yellow cherry tomato. And then we're also I thought I might have 1 or 2 broad ripple yellow currants, which are the small yellow round ones, which are very vigorous and prolific. because the kids do quite like those. They're a lot more prolific than the golden grape, even though the golden grape are kind of, I think, nicer overall, and the skins on the broad ripple yellow carrots are a little bit tougher. But they are a good one. They ripen earlier and they just go bonkers, so it's always a good one to have around, I think. And then for the big tomatoes, I'm going to do Albenga oxide, which is a good meaty one that we use for making tomato soup and things. And Amish paste, one of our favourites, which is also big and fairly meaty, good for soup and for eating as well. And then we've got Brandywine Pink, which is a nice tasting pink one, even though the plants don't do as well here because it is quite humid. We do like having those too. And then we're just going to do one yellow, golden yellow big tomato this year, which is King's Gold, because that's one of our favourites and they do the best, I think. They've done the best for us out of the yellow tomatoes, so we'll just do those, keep it simple and just start somewhere. My potting shed is a mess, which is not helpful right now. I'm not quite ready for seed sowing with all the mess. I've got seeds to deal with, a bunch of seed heads or seeds that need to be pulled off their seed heads. Actually, I did a lot of that. Most of them just need to go into packets and get labelled with proper labels, and hopefully I've got everything labelled, and I have a lot of cleaning up to do, but at the moment I'm just going to clear a bit of space and try and get these seeds done because they really need to get started. Thankfully I have a supply of Dalton's organic seed raising mix already, so I've got one full bag and a part bag, plus the Yates one that didn't work super well, so I have to figure out how to work that into something so I can use that up at some point, but for now we'll just use what works. Yes, so I've got 7 varieties, but I'm not going to do many of the cherries, so I could even potentially start those all in one seed tray if I can make sure I can separate them well labelled. Tomatoes, it's not as crucial to get them all done. It's good to get them done earlier so you can have some into the garden when once it's warm enough, but you can always do more a little bit later, so it would be better to have tomatoes that I don't necessarily need and just give them away to someone else or whatever, rather than do nothing and end up with nothing. I can always buy seedlings if I have to, but one, that's going to cost significantly more than starting them from seed that I've already got, and two, most of the varieties I'm growing can't be bought as seedlings. People don't, unless you find someone at a farmer's market who just happens to have those varieties. No more mandarins. You make sure you pick your skins up and put them in the compost, okay? I can smell mandarin a mile away. Okay, oh, do you need me to open the gate? Yeah. Okay, hold it. Labels first. It's not really recommended to try and fit 3 varieties into one small seed tray, but as long as they're properly labelled and no small children get into them, they should be fine. I need to open the gate again. Okay. actually feels really good just to be getting started on this. I think I just needed to do this to help get back on track with things around here. It's been hard. I don't normally have much trouble with motivation, but just after everything with the holiday and planning for the holiday and going on the holiday, all the stress of that, and Augusta's being taken out of normal routine and the normal timings and ways of getting things done around here, and then coming back and the Olympics has been on, which has been good for encouraging rest, but I think I went a little bit past the restful stage and just got a little bit stuck in having trouble getting going again. Not to say that I haven't been doing anything. I've had plenty to do around the house as well, and lots of food things to catch up on. But in terms of the garden and things around the property, it's just been, there's so much to do. It's just been really hard to know what to do first and how to fit things in. The other thing is Scarlett's basically not having naps anymore all of a sudden. She's had one in the last week, so I don't have any time to myself except for a little bit in the evening. So I'm just having to refigure everything out. And I guess I'll have to think a bit more about how to get certain things done with her around or when she's not around. And also it's been hard adjusting to the cold after being in hot, humid weather. It's hard to get motivated to go outside when it's cold, even though it's not really that cold. That feels cold when you've just come from blasting heat. Alright, here we go. Broad ripple yellow currant. I really only need like 2 of these plants, but you know, these seeds are from 2021. Not too old. They are tiny though. Okay, let's put you... We'll just do a few and then leave room for ones that don't germinate. Pick out the strongest. Oh, tiny little seeds. How many have I done? 4, 5, 6, 7. I think, I'm not sure if I accidentally dropped one in or not. Usually if I'm doing multiple ones, I'll do them, well, usually I only do 2 in rows long ways, but I could do 3 rows long ways if I need to, but for some reason I started doing this one in sections from front to back, so I'm going to need a marker. What can I put in there? A little bit of pea straw stalk or seed, I know, some seed head stalk. You can go there as long as nobody fiddles. Stay. 1, 2, oh dear, 3. She's alright, she's found another person. Okay, gardeners, and then another marker. Here's a little empty seed pot of broccoli or kale or something. Come on, little seeds. The golden grape seeds are quite little as well. I'm doing 7 of everything else, so apparently that's the magical number this time. Alright, that's the cherry tomatoes done. Let's do 3 rows, because why not? You know, I'll just do a few tomatoes. Got some sorrel. Just a little piece. Thank you.
It's yummy, isn't it?
It is yummy.
What is those?
These are tomato seeds. Mummy's starting the tomato seeds so we can have baby.
They're getting big.
Yeah, they will get big, but not yet. They've got to grow into baby plants and then they slowly get bigger and bigger. And then they grow tomatoes for us. Amish paste. These are from 2020.
And I'm gonna need tomato too.
Yeah, when they're big enough. I probably need to get rid of some of my older packets of seeds because I basically save seeds every year. I mean, occasionally I forget 1 or 2 varieties one year, but I don't really need to save them every year because I never sow as many as obviously are in the packet. So that's all our little tomato seeds done. I just realised I need to get Steve to get the cold frame, or help me get the cold frame out of here now, because we're going to have to put that on the table. It's been nice having the outdoor table nice and clean, but that's where the seedlings have to go. I used to start them on windowsills inside, but did you do it good, girl? Thank you. Somebody's still a little bit little and fidgety and prone to poking things, so I can't do them on the windowsills inside, even though that would help them start growing faster. So the table it is. Whoa! Whoa! It's tricky, isn't it? Whee! Look at you! That was a good one. Oh, watch out for the barrel. It's a bit tight in there. We may have to put it somewhere else. And then the rings. Watch out! I realised I actually have this tray that has the plastic cover, little wee mini greenhouse propagation unit, so thankfully all the tomatoes fit in there, so that's good. I had the onions my Egyptian walking onions. Most of the little bulbils that I started that were sitting in here, so I'd forgotten about that, but I've put the onions over there. Table's filling up already. And that will help keep them warmer than the cold frame, so that will be good. I can sit there and I'll just figure out what to do with these onions. There are some black aphids on there, unfortunately, which I have trouble with my onions. So that's why they're looking a little bit not as healthy as they should, just browning and yellowing and browning at the tips. Looking a little bit stressed, so I need to get those planted somewhere. We had a bit of an incident with our oven this week as well. Somebody may have broken the handle of the oven by yanking on it. And so we were looking into replacing the handle and kind of realised, well, the oven really needs replacing. It's a wall oven, a built-in oven, and it's a lower end one anyway, and it's lasted for, it would have been put in like a couple years, within a couple of years before we came here, so it's probably between 9 and 11 years old, which is probably good for a low-end, cheaper oven, I guess. It's kind of, looking a bit worse for wear inside, so now we're figuring out what to do about that. So we've been looking into ovens, just taking a bit of time figuring that out, because we didn't really want to be getting a new oven right now, and so yesterday I was putting a towel rail on the kitchen wall, because we used to hang out kitchen towels on the oven handle, and not having the handle there, we didn't have anywhere else to put them, so they were just awkwardly kind of hanging on the window or sitting on the windowsill, which was getting pretty old pretty quickly. So I found a nice little towel rail that fits just nicely on the wall beside the bench, which is actually a better place out of the way of the oven for the towels anyway. So wish I'd thought about that sooner, because it's better, so that's good. Spot the children. One's rolling on the ground and one's inside the remnants of his vehicle that he made before we went away, which has deteriorated a little bit in the wet weather.
Change the gears, Scarlett?
What's going on in here? Is this the repair shop?
Yeah. I'm wanting. I'm cooking meat. Look, I'm cooking meat.
Well, where's your money?
Fish and chips. Oh, she's taking a chip.
That's not the money, that's a chip. Where's your money?
Money?
Take the whole lot.
Hello. Right, I need to get the eggs before we go out. Oh, we've got a sitter. Are you laying or being broody? Already got 7 eggs so far, but I need to check under you. I'll have to check later when it's dark. Hey Trevor, how you going, buddy? I'm not entirely sure whether that chicken's broody or not. I don't think she is, but there was 1 egg under her, so that's 8. Oh no, it's only 7 for the day. Hopefully we might get 1 or 2 more before the end of the day. They definitely picked up on their laying while we were away. We'd gotten down to, we were getting 2 or 3 a couple of days. We got 4. One day maybe we got 4 before we went away. And then when we came, since we've been back, the most we've had is 10. And the least we've had is maybe 7. We've got, how many have we got? 15 females at the moment, I think. A couple of them are older, and at least one of them's still getting over or growing in the last of her new feathers after molting. But we did actually have 1 broody hen when we got back. I don't know how long she was broody for. Probably not too. Sounds like not too long. Thankfully, our chicken sitter knows about chickens and got her off the nest and got the eggs out, because that's something I hadn't actually thought to mention, because I haven't had broodies for a while. I just had forgotten about it, but it always helps to have people looking after your chickens who know about chickens. She had 2 eggs sitting under her on the evening when we got back, and I was a bit scared to find out what state they were in. So after a day or 2, I finally cracked them. I wasn't going to hard boil them, that's for sure. I cracked them because I was making some scrambled egg one at a time, and they were fine. So I did the float test first, actually, in some water. So that was good. We're definitely doing better in the egg department now as the daylight hours get longer. Usually I would be hatching chicks around now, or at least, yeah, I would have eggs in the incubator, but I won't be doing any this season. So I guess that's one less thing to do. Thanks for joining us in today's vlog, guys. Choose to grow hope, and we'll see you next time. Bye.